Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from whenever you're watching this channel. Now, it seems this trend of heckling, this trend of booing will still continue. William Ruto has witnessed areas whereby people are attempting to keep off from his rallies, and also he has been subjected to heckling in areas where people decide to air out their voices simply by heckling, but because they realize that they cannot demonstrate. Even if they demonstrate, they will be tear gassed. Now, because they can't do that, they choose to attend William Ruto's rally and decide to voice their opposition on Ruto's policies which they deem unfit for them. So, like, one particular incident was one that I think most of you have seen, and this incident was one that took place in Nakuru. Mind you, William Ruto had gone to Nakuru to launch some of those affordable, or to unveil the houses which have been completed under the affordable housing project. So now, during that tour of Nakuru County, he chose to have the famous roadside rallies. You see, you could have realized that for those who managed to follow on what happened in Nyahururu, something bizarre happened. And and I've also talked about it in a previous analysis, so I don't want to talk much about it. But intelligence leaked that after Nyahururu, William Ruto was to head to Nyeri County for another roadside rally. But because there was also intelligence that he was going to be embarrassed, so I think that's because of that reason, he decided not to go to that region and decided to meet the 120 MCAs that came from the Jubilee, because it is alleged that Kanini Kega was directed to convene a meeting and bring on board all the 120 MCAs from Jubilee. They are supposed to be 124, but 122, but 120 are the ones that showed up. This incident of Nakuru County is one thing that William Ruto never expected. I know there are mixed feeling regarding what happened. There are people who are saying that the heckling was on Susan Kihika. There are people who are saying that the heckling was on William Ruto. So in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to go deeper into that event and try to establish whether the heckling was on William Ruto or the heckling was on Susan Kihika. So before you do that, allow me to welcome you to this analysis again, and to please encourage you to support this channel by subscribing and giving this video a like. Mind if you like this video, YouTube shares it to other people who are not part of our audience. So let's head over to this analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Some people have said that the heckling that took place in Nakuru County in the presence of William Samoei Ruto was targeted at William Samoei Ruto. Some people have the notion that the person who was targeted there was Susan Kihika. So first, I want us to go through this video again, perhaps if you had watched it. And for those people who have not watched it, let's just go through this video and establish whether the heckling was on William Ruto or on Susan Kihika. So just watch this video. Very well. I was reading a certain article regarding that event, and then someone was saying that Ruto had requested Susan Kihika to climb on top of the car that he had climbed to give his speech. But because it was raining heavily, Susan Kihika declined. So someone was saying that because of that move by Susan Kihika to decline, the people decided that hawatamsikiza, manake if it was raining and the rain was hata William Ruto alikuwa ananyeshewa, that means the people there pia walikuwa wananyeshewa, but Susan Kihika said he could not climb the car kwa sababu angenyeshewa. So some people are saying that that could have been the reason why the people were heckling. Because if you listen to the statement by Kihika, he was trying to talk about fertilizers, talking about roads, how William Ruto has made fertilizers available at a very cost-effective, at a very cost-friendly price. But people were not giving a damn about those things. Someone also said that the heckling was a strong message to William Samoei Ruto that all is not well on the ground. That despite the fact that they were talking about those goodies, the roads, the fertilizers, talking about jobs, international jobs, but the people were sending a strong message, and the message was on high cost of living. That is what another person said, that the message was because of the escalating high cost of living and the constant introduction of taxations and the like on the citizens. The citizens could have been sending a message to William Samoei Ruto that umetuacha bila pesa mfukoni and you promised us pesa mfukoni. Mind you, one of the reasons that Mudavadi said that made him join William Ruto was because of the pesa mfukoni policy. So the people there were kind of rebelling against William Ruto and his team because the promises which were made, and I won't want to talk much about the promises, but the promises which were made, the government was not attempting to at least deliver on any of those promises. Because if you look at the issue of housing, which is supposed to be a good thing for the people there, the housing, unapata kwamba this issue of housing inasema kwamba ukitaka a 2-bedroom house, you're supposed to provide 3.3 million. That is for one-off payment for a 2-bedroom, and at 4.3, 4.5 there for a 3-bedroom apartment or a unit. So if you cannot afford that, there is also the own, I think the own to the house to own loan, something of that sort. There's a certain loaning arrangement. The government says that you deposit 10% of what you're supposed to pay. Like say, for example, 3.3 million. A 10% will be like 340,000. That is what you give the government first. And then you pay 17,700 monthly for a span of, I don't know, I was trying to estimate, my estimation was at around, I don't know, was it around 14 years there or thereby. That is the duration that you're supposed to pay for that loan. So the question here is that someone was saying that, because someone was quoting what William Ruto also said, that if you can afford 150, if you can save 150 daily, you will be able to pay the 340,000 deposit. But then the computation here is that you will save for almost 8 years, 150 by 8 years to raise that 340. So you will be waiting for 8 years to be able to get that deposit. And then after that, you will also be waiting for a span of like 15 years there to be able to raise the total sum, which is, in this case, could be 3.3 million or 4-point-something million for the 3-bedroom house. So this is the reason why I think the people there are not giving a damn, because getting a mama mboga to raise 340,000 a deposit, alafu alipe 17 per year, per month, that is not going to be a walk in the park. So wale wanaozoma pale ama wana heckle because wana realize kwamba hii serikali haisikizi the priorities of mwananchi. The priority of mwananchi sio ile nyumba. The priority of mwananchi ni high cost of living ishukishwe, waweze ku afford their basic needs, waweze ku afford vitu kadhaa. The priority sio ile nyumba, sio ile barabara zimejengwa. You see? So that's why either of those narratives could be the case. Labda ilikuwa na Susan Kihika anazomwa ama ni William Ruto anazomwa. Lakini on your case, ladies and gentlemen, from your own perspective, who do you think was being heckled? Just go below the comment section and tell us whom you think was being heckled in that rally, because either of the two narratives could be true. It's either William Ruto or Susan Kihika. Just go below the comment section and tell us what you think about who could have been the one who was heckled in that meeting. So, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, just take 1 second and subscribe to this channel. Give this video a like. And those who supported us before, I want to state that I'm forever grateful for that support, because without that support, this channel cannot grow. So until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.